160 years ago, the Chippewa Indians signed a treaty that outlined regions and rules for tribe members to harvest wild rice in Minnesota. Today, members of different bands came together in protest of recent actions by the state and the Department of Natural Resources after they threatened to take away harvesting equipment from anyone with a tribal identification card. Our Mary Keeler was in Nisswa this morning to take in the sights and sounds.
It's about 9 a.m., the peak time for harvesting rice, but there are a few more people watching today, including state authorities and frustrated tribe members who say it's their right to gather rice in this lake, as it says in their nation's treaty from 1855.
We decided to exercise our gathering rights, our treaty rights, in one of our ceded territories, which is Hole in the Day Lake here in south of Nisswa.
The state does not believe that those rights exist.
Kind of like taking my dinner plate when it's full and calling it theirs.
It's a gift from the Creator. And when we take something from the Creator, we always give our tobacco first. And look at what's out there, all that rice.
A representative from the Minnesota DNR came out this morning issuing a one-day permit for the ricing. Tomorrow's a new day, though, and they're back on their own. But that's not stopping anyone in the tribe.
Yeah, it sounds like we're going to be back here tomorrow.
Tribe members sang songs of victory as the rice was being harvested and called a special board meeting to send a message to the state.
3.
Tearing up that one-day permit and vowing to fight for what they say comes down to gathering food and tradition.
They were talking about how they were going to arrest, hand out tickets, or take property. And today they come up with a one-day permit. And I think tomorrow might be a better day to come back and do this, to make sure that Minnesota does understand that we're serious about this.
My sign is a quote from Chief Joseph. And what it's basically saying, that we hear all these words that are said time after time after time. And maybe it's time that we stop listening to the words and start doing.
And still, the state's actions today weren't what the tribe members expected.
We never requested a special one-day use permit or applied for one.
And as for the conservation officers?
And it could be a tease, but I believe it's a good faith step. I don't think that they're as bad as they want to be.
In Nisswa, Mary Keeler, Lakeland News.
A letter was sent to Governor Mark Dayton earlier this month pressing for protection from the government.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.